everybody, welcome back to Prissy Beauty. Today I have a tutorial for you and this beautiful turquoise eyes, and I'm using the little individual Lorac shadows, the Dazzling Dozen, the kit that is exclusive at Sephora, and I did a review if you would like to look at that. So if you'd like to see how I did this look, keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start applying a eyeshadow base or a cream eyeshadow. I'm using the Flower Cream Shadow in the shade Time Will Tell, and it's basically like this green goldeny color. It's not exactly the best shade for the eyeshadow I'll be using on top, but I tested out and it does intensify the color of the shadow, so I decided to go with this one. And I'm just applying this all over the lid, just using my index finger, my ring finger anyway. If you prefer a brush, feel free to use a brush. You see, you don't add too much color, but it does help intensify the green turquoise eyeshadow that we're going to use next. So then going with my first Lorac shade. This is the smoking shade, but if you don't have this exact one, any mid-tone brown matte shade like this would be great. And I'm just gonna apply this right above the crease, basically, mostly like a transition color, not exactly on the crease because we're gonna use a different shade for the crease. And I'm starting backwards with this. Instead of applying the lid shade first, I'm starting with the outer shades, and then we're gonna go in with the lid shade, because a lot of times you have to retouch that anyway, so it's just easier that way. So that's the middle one. You can see it adds up a little warmth right above the crease. And then with a little pointy blending brush, something like this, I'm going with the shade Bronze, which, as the name says, it's a dark brown, like bronzy color, and this is going to be my crease shade. So this is going to go right at the crease. And I'm just going to trace that through. And this brush is good because it is pointy, but at the same time helps you blend, so it's a perfect brush for that. Like this. Then with the shading brush, we'll go with the main shade, which is this beautiful celebutante. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's this beautiful turquoise. It's one of the most beautiful shades on this kit. Not necessarily the most wearable, but definitely one of the most prettiest shades in this whole kit. And with the shading brush, I'm just applying that all over the lid. And you see how pigmented this is? It's a beautiful shade. Like so. And I'm going to go back in the bronze shade, which is the crease shade, with the same pointy brush, and I'm just going to blend it out again. Like so. Then with the angled brush like this, I'm getting the shade Au Naturel, and this is going to be my brow bone shade. It's not necessarily matte, it has a little shimmer to it, but not too much, so I figured this would be okay for the brow bone shade. Nothing too crazy. Okay. And then I always like to go back in and kind of blend it all nicely so you don't have any harsh transition. And then I used the little pencil brush in the last shade Luxury, which is this beautiful, I mean, it looks sort of brown in the pan, but when you actually swatch, it's more like a black, and it has some glitter in it. And with a pointy brush, I'm just gonna apply that on the outer V here, bringing it towards the crease, but very slightly. Just really intensifying the outer part here. And then with a blending brush, just gonna smooth it out. You can bring it in a little bit if you want. And make sure it blends well with the crease. like so. Then if you want, you can go back into the on the celebutante one, on the turquoise, and just kind of intensify the lid color a bit, so you don't lose that beautiful turquoise color. Then with the different pointy brush, I'm going back on the natural shade and just kind of running that in the inner corner here, just to give a little bit of brightness in there. Now, with the tiny pointy brush like this, I'm going in with the luxury shade, and I'm going to apply this very close, but very, very close to my lash line, like almost stamping that all down. It's a great shade for eyeliner, like if you want to use eyeshadow as eyeliner. This is a great shade for that. It's very, very pigmented and it works very well as a liner. Then, with that blending brush again, or if you want to use a pencil brush, that's fine too. Let's go with the pencil brush, which is a bit smaller. Going into the bronze shade, I'm going to run that down the waterline. Not down the waterline, down the lower lash line. I always get these things mixed up. Like so. And then back on that pointy, little angle brush, I'm just going to wipe this on a little wiper, which will make the brush wet. And then I'm going to go back into the turquoise color. And then underneath all of this that we did underneath the lower lash line, I'm just going to add a touch of the turquoise underneath all of that. I always open my mouth when I do this, I don't know why. And that's pretty much it for the lower lash line. You can go back into the darker shade and run that as a liner on the upper lash line, because eventually we're going to apply the false lashes. So that area is going to be a little darker anyway. Oops, made a big mess over here. I haven't done my concealer yet, but I have done my foundation and I just kind of got a lot of fallout. So for the eyeshadows, this is pretty much it. Then I'm going to apply these Revlon Flirty false lashes. They come in these four pairs like this. But before I do that, I will curl my lashes and then apply mascara. And then I'll put on the false lashes. So I'm using this Lashgasm mascara by Too Faced. Kind of like this mascara a lot. It made my favorites this month, past month, September. A very nice mascara, even though I don't like non-waterproof ones. So, and then make sure I get the lower lashes. I'm also applying on the waterline a little black liner. Like that. But now I'm going to apply before I go apply my false lashes, might as well do my eyebrows, because that I can show you. I don't usually show you how I apply my false lashes because I make a mess doing that. Definitely not an expert on false lashes, I'll tell you that much. And I'm using my NYX brow kit in black gray, and I'm going with the gray shade and just filling in a tiny bit where I have some sparse areas, nothing too crazy. I have a little big gap over there. My eyebrows are getting worse and worse. I don't know why. I don't go crazy plucking them, but anywho, that'll be it. The brows. And I will put on my false lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I put on my false lashes, and while it's still drying, I'm just gonna go ahead and touch up my under eye area. I'm gonna start with my corrector, my Bobbi Brown corrector in Peach, and just with my ring finger, I'm just gonna dab that under my eye. And then I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, just a couple of dots of that. I'm just gonna blend with a fluffy brush like this. Just gonna really take care of any fallout or anything like that. Like so. And then the glue, my lash glue is more or less dry at this point. I'm just gonna line the top lashes with the kohl pencil like this, just to make sure, you know, you hide the band a little bit. These lashes have very thin band, by the way, but you know, I always end up showing anyway. So, and that's pretty much it. So this is the final look, guys. On my lips, I just applied really quickly this NYX lipstick in Tea, which is pretty much a nude color, more towards the brownish nude. So this is the final look. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.